Good morning, everybody. This is our beginner class, week 6. If you've been with us from the beginning, that's great. However, if you haven't, it's okay. Each class is individually done, and they're all designed for beginners. So it's not like if you missed the first 2 or 3 classes, you wouldn't be able to pick up on this one. Let's have to fix this camera. It's a little crooked. So you'll be able to just pick up this beginner class, but also remember it's your practice. So if something doesn't feel right or you just don't really want to do that particular asana, it's okay. After this class, if you have any questions or things you found difficult, or we can always give you modifications later. So just grab a comfortable seated position. Nice straight spine. We have about a minute or two before we start. And remember, it's your practice. Yoga's a journey, so if you're just starting with these beginner classes, it's okay. Listen to your body. You'll get where you want to go as long as you're patient and listen to your body. So just start breathing deeply. Inhaling, trying to elongate that inhale, and have the exhale match the inhale in duration. Nice deep breaths. Straight spine, and maybe pulling your shoulder blades back, opening that chest up. And just start to clear your mind. Don't worry about all the other things that have to be done today. Just be present on your mat right now. Everything else will still be there at the end of practice. When you're ready, you can bring your hands to heart center. Thumbs on sternum and a light bow to your head. And just take a moment to give yourself some gratification for coming to your mat today, or gratitude, for coming to your mat today. And know that this is a safe, judgment-free place to practice yoga. And when you're ready, you can rub your hands together and build up some friction in your palms. When your hands get nice and warm, you can place those hands on your heart center and just transfer that heat. And when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open, place your hands down by your knees or your sides. If you have a hard time sitting this way for a long time, you can always extend the legs out straight, or if you have a hard pillow or a blanket and roll it up and sit on that, what it'll do is it lifts your hips up and makes it a little easier to sit up straight. I know when I first started yoga, I had a very hard time just sitting this way. And I always felt like I was falling backwards and had to almost hold on to my knees not to. So if you feel that way, it's perfectly normal. And part of, I think, where you might struggle with teaching online and watching online or practicing online, you don't realize the things that you're experiencing difficulty with, other people are also. Normally when you're in a studio with 10 people and someone else is struggling and this one's struggling or that one's having a hard time, it's okay no matter what. But I think sometimes we find in our own practice, when we're home watching it alone on an online studio, we think, oh, we're the only one that's having a hard time doing this. So believe me, you're not. And something you might find very easy, somebody else might find very difficult, and vice versa. It's all about our body types and what our body's used to. So if you do have a hard time sitting this way, just roll up a blanket or towel and sit on that, and you'll see there's a huge difference. So up nice and tall with the spine. Inhale, both arms way up overhead. And with an exhale, we're going to place our right fingertips out to our side and lean that left arm over, and make sure that left shoulder's not coming forward. We want our shoulders flat against an imaginary wall, and you can bend this right elbow if you need to, just keeping that left glute firmly on the mat. We don't want that to come off where the whole body goes. We're trying to elongate the area from this left hip all the way up the left side into the left shoulder. Now with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. And exhale, we'll do the other side. Bring that left hand down, right arm way up, right glutes firmly on the mat, and bending that left elbow to keep the shoulder away from the ear. Inhale, both arms back up overhead. We're going to go through that again. So exhale, right arm down, and we're going to stay here for a while, really loosening that spine up. And we're going to bring some movement to this. So with an inhale, just bring the left arm and torso up. Exhale, fold back over. Match your breath to your movement, inhaling up and exhaling back over. And next time you're over, you can stay there and really fall into it. Inhale, both arms up, and exhale the left arm down and right arm over. And if one side feels different than the other, that's normal. You can bend that left arm. And once again, shoulders are flat against an imaginary wall. And we'll bring some waving motion to this. So inhale up, exhale over. Inhale up, exhale over. And next time you go over to the left, just stay there and really elongate that right side. Inhale, both arms up, and exhale, release the arms. Place your hands on your knees, and we're just going to make some big circles with the spine, using that lower back, keeping the spine straight, and just making a big circle, and maybe change directions. You can come to stillness. And with an inhale, we're going to bring both arms way up overhead and interlock your fingers. Charlie's Angels fingers, so the pointer's going up, thumbs are back. And we're going to make circles with our upper spine here, so trying not to move the lower back. Just the vertebrae right below the shoulder blades. And change directions. And you can come to stillness and inhale, reach those arms up. And we're going to go right to a seated twist here. So with an exhale, place your left hand on right knee, right hand behind back. Spine is up nice and tall. Twisting from the ribs. No pressure on the neck. And nice deep breaths. Inhale, both arms up overhead, and exhale, right hand, left knee, left hand behind back, twisting from the ribs. Inhale, both arms up overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Nice flat back, bringing the chest towards the ground, not reaching your head for the ground. Nice deep breaths here, relaxing any tension in the lower spine. And with an inhale, we're going to bring both arms up overhead and turn and face that right knee. And exhale, forward fold towards the right, bringing your chest towards that right knee. You can actually wrap your arms around the leg if you'd like. But what you want to make sure we're not doing is bringing the head down, Keep that spine nice and straight. Keep that left glute on the mat and breathe. Inhale, both arms up overhead and turn and face that right left knee. Exhale, forward fold towards that left knee. Keeping that spine straight and bringing the chest down towards the knee. Inhale, both arms back up overhead. And exhale, forward fold again. Once again, just bringing the chest down, and wherever you stop, you stop. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And exhale, release the arms. And we're going to come to a position where we're touching our feet together, the soles of our feet, and our legs are butterflied out. And you want to try to pull your heel as close to your pelvic floor as you can get it. And then take your thumbs and place them inside the soles of your feet and open them up a little bit like a book. And then just bring some gentle movement to the knees, opening up that inner thigh. Nice straight spine. Just breathing nice and deep. You can come to stillness. And we're going to keep our left leg in and extend our right foot. And I'm going to come off. If you're sitting on something, I find these are easier to do without something under the hips. So we're going to place our left foot in our right inner thigh. Right leg's extended and toes are up towards the sky. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead, and we're going to make sure our chest is facing that right foot. And exhale, forward fold. If you can reach the foot, great. If you're reaching the calf, that's fine. What's important is the spine is straight and we're not hunching down and trying to bring the head towards the knee. We really want to bring our chest towards that thigh or knee. The back is nice and straight. Inhale, both arms up overhead, and exhale, release the arms. And we're going to do the other side. So extend that left leg, put that right foot in the inner thigh of the left leg up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up overhead, and exhale, fold towards that left foot with a nice straight spine. Nice deep breaths. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Exhale, release the arms. And now we're going to extend that right leg again, and we're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. So inhale. And this position might be hard. If you have a hard time getting your spine straight, you can always come back to the blanket or block to sit on. Inhale, both arms up overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Nice straight spine. Maybe you can grab the big toes, keeping that back straight, not hunching forward. Inhale, bring both arms back up overhead, and exhale, release the arms. And we're going to come to a laying position. You want to lay nice and flat. Extend those legs out long. And with an inhale, we're going to pull our right knee to chest and give it a real tight squeeze. And then just put your right hand on top of that right knee, and we're going to make a V motion with our knee. So with an inhale, move the knee away from the body towards the left foot. Exhale, open it up to the side and pull it towards your right underarm. Inhale, move that knee away, and exhale, pull it towards chest. And just do these at your own pace, always exhaling as you pull the knee towards your body, and exhaling as you move the knee away. Next time your knee is back at chest, you can leave it there. Place your left hand on the outside edge of that knee and tee your right arm out to the side. And while keeping your shoulders firmly on the mat, roll on to your left hip, looking over your right shoulder. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale, you can come on to your back. Pull that right knee to chest one more time. And then we're going to do a one-legged happy baby. So see if you can grab that right foot with your right hand and then send the sole of that right foot up to the sky. Big bend in the knee. You might feel that in the inner thigh or right hip. And then when you're ready with your next inhale, send that right foot straight up to sky. And exhale, lower it down to meet the left leg. And just take a quick break here. Check in with your right and left leg and see if they feel a little different. And when you're ready with an inhale, we're going to pull that left knee to chest and give it a real tight squeeze. Just put the right or left hand on top of that knee, and we'll make that V motion on this side, inhaling away, exhaling towards left underarm. Inhale back, exhale to chest. And just do these at your own pace. Next time your knee is back at chest, you can leave it there. Give it a real tight squeeze. And then place that right hand on the outside edge and tee your left arm out to the side. And exhale, roll onto your right hip, looking over that left shoulder and just breathing. Nice deep breaths here. And if one side feels different than the other, that's fine. It just lets you know what you need to work on. With an inhale, come onto your back and pull that left knee to chest. And then we'll do a one-legged happy baby here. So inhale, send the sole of that foot up. Big bend in the knee. Holding that left foot. And if you can't reach the foot, it's perfectly fine to grab the ankle or calf. And with your next inhale, send that left foot up to sky. And exhale, lower it down to meet the right. Now we're going to pick our hips up and move them over to the right side of the mat. And then we're going to send our feet over to the left side of the mat. And if you can, cross that right ankle over the left ankle, so you might feel that stretch in the right quad, right hip, somewhere in there. And then we're going to bring both arms up overhead and put them on the left side of the mat, and actually have your right hand grab your left wrist. So our body's in a banana shape. And just let that right side open up and breathe. Elongating that right side. So with the next inhale, you can release the arms, bring them back over and put them down by your side. Uncross the legs. And we're going to lift the hips up and move them to the left side of the mat. Put both feet on the right bottom right corner there. Maybe cross that left ankle over the right. Bring both arms up overhead and grab that right wrist with the left hand. So we're in a banana position on this side, or crescent moon. Really elongating that left side. With an inhale, bring those arms overhead and put them down by your side. Move your hips back to the middle of the mat and straighten the legs. Now with an inhale, we're going to pull both knees to chest to just gently rock side to side. Massaging the lower back. You can come to stillness and place both of your hands on top of your knees and just make some big circles with the legs. Painting circles on the ceilings with the knees, and you can change directions. Come to stillness, and now we're going to make circles with the knees going in opposite directions. So the knees start in the middle, open them up to the sides, and they come back to middle. So just do this at your own pace. And you can change directions. And come to stillness and pull those knees to chest. Give a real tight squeeze. And with an exhale, put your feet down on the mat as close to your hips as you can get them. But have them a little wider than your hips and your knees going in. Almost like you're holding a beach ball or a block. Shoulders are grounded and arms are down by your side. And we're going to do bridge pose or cave pose. So with an inhale, just lift those hips up. Push them up towards the sky. Exhale, sink those hips down. And we'll continue doing these, always inhaling up. And exhaling down. And this is a great time to make the practice your own. Making your breath match your movement. Next time you come down, you can stay there. We're going to pull our knees to chest, and now we're just going to rock up to a seated position. And you can take a few rocks first, just massaging the back and coming forward, and then eventually coming up to a seated and then standing position. So up nice and tall. Feet are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to work on a few forward folds. So with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. And with an exhale, swan dive forward. You can bend the knees as much as you like here. It's really about elongating that spine. With an inhale, interlock your hands to elbows and bring some gentle movement to the spine. You can come to stillness and exhale, release those arms down. Micro bend the knees and big inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up and exhale, release the arms. And we'll do one more of those. So big inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. On the next inhale, we're going to do a halfway lift. So place the hands on the thighs. Come up to a nice flat back. Pull your shoulder blades back. You can have your gaze go forward just a little bit, but don't pinch your neck where you're looking up. You want to push the hips back and neck and head forward. Engage your belly. Don't let your belly be passive. Nice deep breaths. And breathe. With an exhale, forward fold. Make sure you put a micro bend in your knees, especially if you lifted your kneecaps. With an inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms down by your side. And we're going to go back to down dog now and start our sun salutations. The first one we'll do nice and slow and just kind of warm our body up into each asana or position. And then we'll do a few more after that. So up nice and tall. Big inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and we'll stay here for a few breaths. Focus on keeping that back flat, those grasshopper arms where the legs, the hands are on the thighs and the elbows are behind you. Engage the belly. Still breathe deeply. And when you're ready with your next exhale, we're going to bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to down dog. And since it's the first down dog of the day, you can pedal the feet, bringing some movement to the ankles and knees. We're trying to push our chest towards our thighs or knees. Maybe with an inhale, come up real high. Exhale, sink those heels down. Inhale, real high. Exhale, sink those heels down. And try to keep your head between your shoulders. We don't want it out in front of the arms. We're bringing that chest and head towards the knees, but they're in line. When you're ready with an exhale, you can come down to your knees. Make sure your wrist, elbows, and shoulders are in line. There's a straight line from the back of my knees over my glutes to my back and back of my head. We want to make sure that line's there. We don't want the hips back. Engage your core, and with an exhale, lower down under control. With an inhale, lift your head and chest for cobra. Nice deep breaths. Breathe, and your hands are not holding you up. They're just there as a guide in this baby cobra. Exhale, lower your chest and head. Roll your toes. And inhale back to down dog. Look between your hands and walk or step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, release the arms. Normally in the beginner classes, we've been doing maybe one or two of these. We're going to do 3 more of them. So it's going to build a lot of cardio and a lot of heat. If at any point you need a break, absolutely take it. Either just stand and take a Tadasana or wait for us where you are. But these sun salutations will get the heart going and they will build a lot of heat. So we're going to do 3 more of those. So here we go. We'll start with a big inhale before we go. Exhale. And here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to down dog. Inhale to plank so you can drop those knees, tops of the feet on the mat. Exhale down under control. Inhale up the head and chest for cobra. Exhale down. Roll the toes. and inhale back to down dog. Look between the hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms, and we're going to go again. So big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to down dog. Inhale to plank, so you're going to come down to the knees if you want. Exhale down. Inhale up the head and chest for cobra. Exhale down. Roll the toes and inhale back to down dog. Look between the hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. And we're going to go through one more time. Big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale down. Inhale up the head and chest for cobra. Exhale down. Roll the toes and push back to down dog. Look between the hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. And just take a quick Tadasana if you need a break. Nice deep breaths. Check in with your body. You can blink your eyes open. Just so you know, what we've done so far is about a half hour. So if you only have a half hour to practice every day, this is a great little warm-up that we did. A little bit of cardio with the sun salutation. And we also, in the online studio, have a few half-hour classes. Generally, if I'm wearing a bandana, that's going to be a half-hour class. So just something to think about if you don't have a whole hour to do. It's better to do something, yes, physically, but also the mental side of it, to reset your body, reset your brain, and just take a break from the everyday grind. So we're going to go back to our hands and knees, and we'll get there through down dog. And we're going to go nice and slow here. So big inhale, both arms way up overhead. With an exhale, swan dive forward. With an inhale, halfway lift. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Feel the difference between this one and the first one. Nice flat back, pull your shoulder blades back, engage the belly. You can lift the kneecaps by tightening your thighs, pushing the hips back and neck and head forward. And when you're ready with an exhale, we're going to bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to down dog. Feel the difference between this down dog and the first one as the hips, knees, and ankles warm up. Couple breaths here. Pushing that chest towards the knees. And when you're ready with an exhale, you can come down to your hands and knees. Nice flat back, tops of the feet are on the mat. The knees and hips are in line, and the wrist, elbow, and shoulder are in line. Nice flat back, and we're going to work on some cat-cows. So with an inhale, we're going to drop our belly hips and head up. Exhale, chin to chest, roll the hips forward and arch the back. Inhale, cow, belly down, hips and head up. Exhale, cat, arch the back, chin to chest, hips forward. And just do these at your own pace. And after your next cat, you can come to a nice neutral spine. And we're going to do thread the needle here. So we're going to end up threading our right hand through and bringing our right ear and shoulder down to the mat. So with an inhale, send that right arm up to sky. Exhale, thread it through and bring that right shoulder and right ear down to mat. The left arm you can keep here if you'd like, or if you'd like to put it on your back, opening that chest and shoulder. Nice deep breaths here. When you're ready, you can place that left hand back on the mat. Inhale, we're going to bring that right arm all the way back up to sky. And exhale, place it down on the mat. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So inhale that left arm up. And exhale, bring it down. Left shoulder, left ear on the mat. And you can leave that right hand here or place it on your back. Place that right hand down and inhale, push yourself up and left arm up to sky. Exhale, bring it down to the mat. And we're going to come up high on our knees now. Place that right foot out to the side, and you want that right foot parallel to the end of the mat. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Once again, shoulders are flat against an imaginary wall. We're elongating that left side. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And with an exhale, we're going to bring both hands down to the mat in front of us. So we have a nice flat back here. And with an inhale, we're going to send that right arm up to sky for a twist. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Now trying not to push off, we want to use our core. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, bring that left hand down to mat, right arm way up overhead. Nice deep breaths here, elongating that right side. And there's a straight line from our left foot to our right fingertips. You can stay here, or if you want to engage your core, lift that left hand or bring that left arm up to the side, but make sure you keep breathing. With an inhale, come all the way up to arms overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center, and we're going to switch sides. Up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Keeping the shoulders flat against an imaginary wall and breathing. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Exhale, place both hands in front of the face. And inhale that left arm up to sky. And on your next next exhale, bring that left hand down. Remember, we're not pushing off, so we're inhaling using our core coming up, and exhaling, bringing that right hand down, left arm overhead. Nice deep breaths here. You can stay here or lift that right hand or lift it all the way up and breathe. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And we're going to come back to our hands and knees. And we're going to do a supported side plank today. So right hand is directly in front of face and right knee is in line with that. When you're ready, send that left leg back and left arm up to sky. You can stay here if you're comfortable. Shoulders are flat against an imaginary wall again. Or if you'd like, you can lift that left leg and work on a little bit of strength and balance. With an exhale, come back down, and we'll do the other side. So left hand's in front of face, left knee's in line. Send that right leg back and right arm up to sky. Nice deep breaths here. You can also lift that right leg and work on strength and balance. Exhale, bring it back down and come back to your hands and knees. And we're going to do a little bit of core strength here. So we'll go through this first one slower, and then we'll do a couple more, maybe one breath, one movement. So the first one, we're going to start in our hands and knees. And when you're ready, with an exhale, we're going to come to forearm plank. So we're on the tiptoes, we're on our forearms, our palms are flat on the mat, and we're engaging our core. When you're ready with your next exhale, lower your hips down, tops of the feet on the mat for Sphinx pose. So it's kind of like a cobra, but we're on our forearms and the palms, relaxing your glutes and pushing your hips and tops of the feet into the mat. No strain on the back, so wherever you are, and focus on opening the shoulders. A lot of times you want to slunch the shoulders forward, bring them up and back. And with an exhale, lower all the way down to the mat and put your arms all the way out in front of you. I'm going to lift my head up, but you want to keep your head down. Arms are out in front of you, and with your next inhale, you're going to lift both arms up, both feet up, and your gaze up for Superman pose. So with an inhale, everything comes up. Continue to breathe here. Exhale, come down. Put your hands back by your shoulders and push back up to your hands and knees. So we'll do one more of those. So when we're ready, exhale, come to forearm plank. Few breaths here, engage that core, keep those hips low. With an exhale, lower the hips, tops of the feet on the mat for Sphinx pose. Take a few breaths here. When you're ready with an exhale, lower all the way down and extend the arms out overhead. Inhale, both arms up, thumbs to ceiling, both legs up, and gaze up for Superman pose. Exhale down, place your hands by your shoulders, and inhale back up to hands and knees. And we're going to go back to down dog from here. So roll your toes and inhale all the way back to down dog. Look between your hands and walk or step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. And just take a quick Tadasana. You can blink your eyes open. And we're going to work on two new poses today. I don't think I've done lizard in this series or pigeon. I want to show you what they look like first and then give you some variations. So lizard, we're going to get to it from down dog. So what we're going to do is we'll be in down dog. We're going to lift our right leg up and then try to bring it between your hands. And if you don't get there on the first try, it's okay. You can come down to this knee, walk it the rest of the way. And then we're going to walk that right foot to the outside edge of our mat. Try to send this left leg back as far as you can and drop the weight into this right leg. And we'll get some other variations when we get there. But right here is good. If you feel this, it's about opening this hip, you'll be good. So we're going to do that one first, and then we'll do pigeon. So here we go, up nice and tall. We're going to get back to down dog. So inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to down dog. Now with an inhale, lift that right leg and bring it forward to between your hands. And if it doesn't get there, it's fine. When you're ready, you can lower that left knee and top of the left foot down onto the mat, and then walk that right foot out to the right hand side of your mat. Let me turn this way, it might be easier. No, I don't think I can. And you can stay here. Both hands are in front of your face. The right foot's to the right end of the mat. You can stay here and just put micro bends in the elbow and open that hip up. You can also turn this right foot onto its edge so the sole of my foot is facing towards my body or where my hands are. Just bringing some bends to the elbows. Place that right foot flat on the mat again. Now we're going to roll our left toes and lift our left knee and go back to down dog. With an inhale, send that left leg up. Exhale, put it between your hands. And if you don't get there, that's fine. Walk it the rest of the way. Lower that right knee, top of the right foot on the mat. Left foot's to the left edge of the mat. And just lower your weight. You can turn this left foot onto its outside edge, opening that hip. Nice deep breaths here. You can put that left foot firmly on the mat, and we're going to go back to down dog. So roll the right toes. Send the left foot back to down dog. And just come down to your knees. We're going to get to pigeon from down dog also. I want to give you a modification first, because pigeon, it's kind of like the higher end of a beginner pose. I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to give you a modification and tell you a quick story. First time I did pigeon in class, I was like, oh, I could do this. So I tried to get into it, and the teacher walked over and said, hey, do the modification. It's about just checking the ego and saying, hey, this is where my body is. The modification does the same exact thing as pigeon. It's just you have to crawl before you walk and walk before you run. This is it. So I'll show you what pigeon looks like. We'll be in down dog. We'll lift that right leg and exhale. Put the right knee near the right wrist. The right foot is coming across the body, and we want to get this left leg back as far as we can. We're on the top of the left knee, the left shin, and top of the left foot. The one thing you can't do here is roll over onto the side. So you want to be up here high. Now ultimately we want this right foot straight across the mat. I'm not there. If you are, that's awesome, but if you're not, that's perfectly normal. Both hands are out in front of us, the spine is straight. If you're comfortable here, you can lower the torso down. Do not reach your head for the ground. Let your head stop wherever your spine stops. So, if you don't think you can do that one, or you try to do that one, but it's very uncomfortable, we'll do recline pigeon. You're laying on your back, cross that right ankle over the left knee, and just apply a little bit of pressure to this right thigh, pushing it away from the body. You can stay here or interlock your fingers behind your left thigh and send the sole of the left foot up to the sky. They're all the same asana, just different ways of doing it. So listen to your body. Pigeon is an amazing pose when you can get into it. Recline pigeon is just as good, but we hold a lot of tension in our hips, and when we work on pigeon and lizard, we can release some of that. So we're going to go back to down dog. We're on our hands and knees. If you want to do the modification, please do that. So with an inhale, roll your toes and come up to down dog. With an inhale, send that right leg straight back. Exhale, right knee towards right wrist, and left leg is back. Really important, you're on that left kneecap, left shin, and top of the left foot. And when you're ready with an exhale, if you want to go further, lower the torso down. Don't reach your head for the ground. So I use two fists stacked on top of each other. Nice deep breaths here. You might really feel that in this right glute and right thigh. And remember, when we come out of it, we'll come out of it the same way we came into it. So place your hands down on the mat. Push that torso up nice and straight. We're going to roll the left toes and lift the left knee. And then send that right leg back to down dog. And now we'll do the other side. So inhale that left leg up. Exhale. Left knee towards left wrist. Left leg's coming across the body. We're on the top of the right foot, on the shin and right kneecap. Arms are straight. If you're comfortable here, just lower down. And try not to reach your head for the ground. Nice deep breaths. And just relax and breathe. And we're going to come out of it the way we came into it. So lift yourself back up onto your hands. Roll those right toes and lift that left knee. Come back to down dog. Look between your hands and walk or step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and reverse swan dive up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. And just take a quick Tadasana. Up nice and tall, shoulders back. You can blink your eyes open. And we're going to come to a seated position. We're going to get there through squat, so if you want to just go to seated, you can, or if you want to try squat, that's fine. Have your feet about mat width apart and your toes pointing out just a little. And when you go down, as soon as your heels come off the mat, that's when you want to stop. So with an inhale up nice and tall, exhale, squat down. The weight's going to transfer to your heels. Nice deep breaths here. And when you're ready, you can place your hands down on the mat and come to a comfortable seated position. If you just sat cross-legged, whichever way you're sitting, just reverse that. Unless you consciously went the other way, we all have a tendency to want to sit one way, so if you make an effort to try to change that, it'll help bring balance. So we're going to do one more seated twist. So with an inhale, both arms way up overhead. Exhale, left hand, right knee, right hand behind back, twisting from the ribs. Feeling the difference between this one and the first one as we've warmed our body up today. And with an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. And exhale, right hand, left knee, left hand behind back, twisting from the ribs. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold, bringing that chest towards the ground. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. And exhale, release the arms. And we're going to come to a laying position. And you can bend your knees and bring them as close to your hips as you can get them and in line with your hips. And we'll just do a few windshield wipers. So with an exhale, let your legs fall off to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let them fall off to the right. Inhale, back to center. One more time through. Exhaling left. Inhaling back to center. And exhaling right. Inhaling back to center. We're going to pull both knees to chest. Gently rock side to side. And then lower your feet back down to the mat. And if you can touch the soles of your feet together, let your legs butterfly out to the side. No movement here, just relaxing for reclined bound angel. Letting your chest and belly move freely with each inhale and exhale. You might even want to place your hands on your belly and feel that breath. You can stay in this position if you'd like for Shavasana, or if you'd like to extend your legs out long and take a traditional Shavasana. Have your feet about mat width apart and let your toes fall off to the outside. Your arms down by your sides, maybe 12 inches off your hips. Nice deep breaths. Relax any tension in your face. Maybe put a slight space between your lips or take your tongue off the roof of your mouth. Relax any tension in your shoulders and arms. And let go of any tightness in your hips and thighs. Let go of any tension in your calves or toes. With your next exhale, let all the tension in your arms and hands melt into your mat. And for the remainder of Shavasana, let your chest and belly move freely with each inhale and exhale. And if thoughts come to your mind, let them float away with the exhale. Slowly bring awareness back to your body. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes or roll your wrists and ankles from side to side. Or maybe rock your head from side to side. And when you're ready with your eyes closed, roll onto your left or right side. Shavasana is corpse pose. It's symbolic of leaving behind what you'd like to leave behind in practice. Starting your day and life from this point forward. And when you're ready with your eyes closed, push yourself up into a comfortable seated position with Anjali Mudra hands or prayer hands, thumbs on sternum and a light bow to your head. At the beginning of practice, I talked about how yoga is a judgment-free practice. We often think of us judging others or them judging us. But more importantly, it's about us judging ourselves, learning to love and accept yourself for who you are, while you still continue to try to be the best version of yourself you can be. Thank you for sharing your yoga journey with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. Hope you're enjoying our beginner series and getting out of it what you want. But please remember to stay in touch with us if you're watching these online, and just let us know if you have questions or comments or any concerns. It's really important to have an open dialogue, and a lot of you we see in person at the online studio or the in-person classes. But if we don't see you face to face, please make sure you stay in touch and just keep us abreast of any concerns you might have. Have a wonderful weekend. Namaste. Thank you for being here.